a considerable number of young, college-educated, highly skilled adults decide to pursue employment opportunities abroad. Why? Because their own country's market cannot absorb them, cannot offer them employment related to their studies, or pay a sufficient amount of money for their work. This phenomenon is called brain drain and has been present in many countries around the world, such as India, Ethiopia, China, and Iran. Greece is another country that suffers from brain drain due to the recession that severely damaged almost all sectors of its economy. To be more specific, it all started with a debt crisis concerning the extremely high amount of sovereign debt Greece owed the European Union between 2008 and 2018. After the EU and other European authorities loaned Greece enough in order to avoid default, Greece was required to adopt austerity measures that would strengthen the Greek government and financial structure. Even though this was achieved, a side effect no one had thought about was the recession the country would have to go through once austerity measures and pension system reforms were implemented. Austerity measures forced the government to increase taxes and cut spending, thus creating a very inefficient environment for businesses, causing the economy to shrink by 25%. Unemployment rose, with youth unemployment hitting 50%. The budget deficit increased, and the decline in living standards created political tension that was only a natural consequence of the recession, as voters turned to anyone who promised an easy way out. That is when youth depression and brain drain started taking over Greece. People are losing their jobs, graduates are experiencing long hours and low pay in the workplace, while many of the jobs are part-time and pay less than before the crisis. Banks are facing problems. There is a constant feeling of financial insecurity and instability. Young, well-educated, highly skilled population is leaving the country. Hundreds of thousands of the best and brightest are turning towards countries such as Belgium, Germany, the United Kingdom, and the Netherlands for better employment opportunities. This has costed Greece more than 15 billion euros, which is an enormous amount of money, especially for a bankrupt country like Greece. In a report published in 2016, Bank of Greece reported that approximately 450,000 Greek citizens have left the country since the beginning of the financial crisis in 2008. 9 in 10 of them hold a university degree, which goes to show that this case differs from any other mass immigration waves that occurred in the 20th century, in which unskilled labor was leaving the country. The loss of highly skilled, young in age population is a contributing factor to the aging of the population. As a country, Greece is aging very rapidly and is expected to experience a decline in its population and in the working age of the population's growth rate. On a global scale, the brain drain phenomenon has an impact on the majority of states, both developed and undeveloped. A striking example is the case of Hungary. An estimated 100,000 Hungarians currently live in the United Kingdom, while 400,000 of them have left their country since 2004. According to the Hungarian Central Statistical Office, people living are highly educated and mostly between ages 20 and 39 years old. Another case is Italy. During the last 5 years, 500,000 Italians have migrated in other European countries. Countries like Germany, the United Kingdom, or the United States, that are the most popular destinations for migrant workers, are experiencing the positive effects of brain gain, meaning that they increase the highly trained labor through foreign-born professionals entering their country to find better employment opportunities. It has therefore become evident that brain drain is not something that affects only one country, but should rather concern the international community as a whole. What is not usually considered when discussing the phenomenon of brain drain is the effect of it on countries accepting the influx of skilled labor. In our globalized world, circulation of skills and knowledge is beneficial whether it comes off as brain drain or brain gain. It makes a vivid exchange of knowledge and ideas that benefit countries where brains decide to work. Statistics show that in 2012, Germany alone received 390,000 highly skilled migrant workers from around the world. 72,000 of them were from South European countries like Italy, Spain, Greece, and Portugal. Now, when passing judgment on the brain drain phenomenon, one should have an understanding of both sides, both brain drain and brain gain.